Hey, what's up, YouTube and Triple T members? Jeremy Barber here, owner of Trade in the Trend chat room on Discord. The link is in the video description. We did have we spun a wheel for our contest. The winner is going to receive a free year in the chat room or $50 PayPal, and that will actually be at the end. We spun it live in the Discord room. But I'll show that. We'll also have my watch list for next week. The volume was pretty light the last couple days of market last week, so I don't really know if we're going to have any carryover. But according to the volume that we did see, I have a watch list set up. Those may be day trades, they may turn into swings, or they may turn into nothing at all. Just something to keep an eye on for next week. So today I kind of wanted to go over a sympathy play. So sympathy plays, in the beginning, I remember they didn't really make sense. And basically it's stocks that are alike moving when another stock gets good news or has a large move. So for instance, say you have Facebook that gets good news and makes a pretty large move. Twitter would also move with it. Snapchat would also move with it. And in the beginning, remember thinking, well, those are competitors. If one has good news, that would be bad news for the other ones. They should drop. But that's not how the stock market works. Stock market is very illogical in a lot of things that happen. If one gets good news, it's good news for everybody. If one company, if you have an oil company, a low float oil company that gets good news, you want to start watching the other oils. If you're not in one, you want to try to find one that's most similar. And there's a couple reasons why sympathy plays actually do work, this does make sense. So it's one of them is simply FOMO. FOMO with being smart at the same time. So people are looking at this ticker and it's running 100, 150%, 200%, whatever it is, just a massive move, and they want to get in on the action. They want to, start pulling in some money. Well, they're smart enough to know that, hey, I can't jump in that play. That play's nearing the top, getting pretty dangerous. So what do? They find the next best thing, the next closest thing to that ticker, and they'll get into that. So then you also have the next thing is you have the people that were in that play. They're pulling out massive amounts of money, huge run. What are they going to do with that money? Well, they want to turn it and make more. So they jump into the plays. They're bringing in a lot of money, and they're jumping into those plays that are most similar to what they just got out of. It just worked. It's a very similar play, so let's try it again. And those are the two reasons why sympathy plays actually work. And I recorded a little video I'm going to put on here, show you the few things that I check on finviz.com to find sympathy plays of something that's making a large move. Okay, so here's how I find sympathy plays for any ticker that's had a large move. It can all be done on Finviz. Makes it pretty simple, actually. So we're looking at this ticker AACG. On February 4th, on February 3rd, closed around $1.30, and then the next day gapped up to about $3.60 and ran up almost to 20 bucks. So from $1.30 to almost $20 in one day. So at this point, if I'm seeing this happen, I'm starting to see what can I find that's most similar to this play. The things that I look at are your float right there, your country right there, China, and then your industry and your sector, consumer, defensive, and education and training services. So once you have those 4 pieces of information. You go over to their screener, open this up. Sector is consumer defensive. Education and training services there. Country, they are out of China. And then the float, theirs was 30 million, so we'll say under 50 million. So you can see this actually pulls up 18 results. I like to flip over to the chart so I can see the charts. We'll just look at this first page and see, how everything else did compared to that one. So here, February 4th, this one doesn't look like it did too much. This one, let's take a look. February 3rd, February 4th, right there from basically $2 up to $2.60. And then the next day from $2.60 all the way up to a high of over $11, $11.67 right there. So a nice 2-day move off of that other Sympathy. Right here, this one didn't do too much. This one looks like actually had a very volatile day the next day, but again, not too much going there. This one on the 4th, right there, a move from 140 to a high of around 210. Pretty big move, same day. Very similar stock. You can come look. See, this one had a much smaller float than even that other one. All of these that have similar criteria, those 4 pieces of information on the 4th right here for this one, from about 315 to a high of 407, 410 area. Another solid move. Gladly take just a piece of that. That one looks like they were either bought out or something, because you don't see much movement. You got a gap up. That typically means that they've been bought out. So there's not much money to be made there. This one on the 4th, right here, small move, but then the next day, a big gap up. So you went 23.83 to 25.50. A pretty decent move the next day. Here's one right there on the 4th. Went from 375 up to 440. The next day up to $5. A solid 2-day move. So you're seeing that most of these that are similar, match those criteria, had a big move either the same day or the next day. So here's one on the 4th, didn't do too much, but then gapped up. So we closed around $6, gapped up all the way up to 660, 10% right there. Let's see. Here's another one, the 4th. Opened at 270, ran up to a high of 470. Next day ran up to a high of 560. Again, those 4 pieces of information are the same, and we're getting huge moves off of them. Like I said, not every single one is going to do it, but you saw that more than half of them did. And again, you put those on your watch list and you're watching for signs of the volume to come in and it react, like the other one did. So that's pretty much how I find Sympathy Plays. Again, it's pretty easy, just 4 pieces of information. It's all provided by FinViz. You can type it in the screener or enter it in the screener right there, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's it for the Sympathy Plays on FinViz. There is a link in the video description if you would like to sign up for FinViz. It is a free website, but if you want real-time you have to pay for their FinViz Elite, which is like $40 a month. I do pay for it. It's well worth it. It's well paid for itself each month. Um, so again, there is a link in the description for that. So that's Sympathy Plays for you. They work. It works time and time again. And just start paying attention to it, and you'll see how often a play similar to one that's had a big move actually moves, and you can capitalize on that. Again, we will have the contests wheel spinning shown after this, as well as the watch list for next week and the plays that we entered on Friday and we're holding over the weekend. Thanks for joining. Good luck and stay green. All right, good luck. Oh, there you go.